Hello YouTube, Blue State Refugee here. I kind of elaborated on the Facebook page of a video I was going to shoot today, and what we're going to make is we're going to make some bacon candy, or candied bacon if you prefer. What we're going to start with is we're going to start with some really thick sliced bacon. In this case I have 24 ounces of thick sliced bacon. If you can find a whole pork belly from your butcher, I would recommend you go with that. And cut it into maybe like 1/4 inch thick slices. So you see I've already got the oven preheated and the bacon's sliding around. Now I have this baking sheet lined with some aluminum foil. You can also use parchment paper, but please take my advice. It's very, very important to line it, because once the brown sugar sets up, you're going to have a really hard time cleaning this thing off. So we're gonna cram as much bacon goodness as we can on this one baking sheet. And like I said, we got 24 ounces of bacon here, so we may not fit this all on here, but that's okay, because it won't go to waste, I assure you. So now we have approximately 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Let's try to get 10 on here. We've got 10 nice thick slabs of bacon, and I'm going to set this aside. Now let me rinse my hands off real quick. I have the oven preheated at 350 degrees, in case you were wondering. We're going to cook this for about 35 minutes. If you go with the whole pork belly and you slice it thicker, your cooking time, you're gonna lower your heat, and you're going to cook it a little bit longer. Now I think the secret to this recipe, to really give it a nice punch, is some hot pepper flakes. If you have the crushed red pepper, go right ahead. This happens to be some red peppers that I grew on the balcony garden, and I dried up, and then I let them and ground them up in my grinder. The whole candied process really takes place using some nice light brown sugar that we're going to lay over the top of this. Just make sure it's like an evenly placed layer of brown sugar, and then we're going to finish it off with what I think, which really makes it, gives it a little more flavor and complements the hickory smoke, saltiness of the bacon. As you can see, we're not being stingy with the brown sugar. Is equal parts of both Canadian maple syrup and some of our finest bourbon. In this case, this is a 10-year-old aged bourbon. It's about 100 proof, and we're going to put about equal parts of that in a bowl, trying hard not to sample the bourbon. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to mix that up gently, because I had both the bourbon and the maple syrup on the stove. They're nice and thinned out, and they mix real well. And then I'm just going to spoon it over the top. It's almost like a glaze, and I'm just going to make sure we get some of this maple syrup bourbon mixture on everything. And if you're worried about the alcohol, I'm pretty sure that during the cooking process, just about all of this alcohol is going to cook off. And there's lots of times when we cook with alcohol, because there are certain soluble flavors in food or spices that only come out with alcohol, because it actually helps to break down things. So that's all done. As I said, we have the oven preheated at 350, but the secret to this is we're going to stick it in the oven and then turn it down to about 325. That way the oven doesn't cycle immediately, and we have a nice hot oven to help make it nice and crisp. So we're going to throw this in at the top rack of our oven, and we're going to let that go for 35 minutes. And we're going to come back when that's all done, and we'll shoot the remaining part, and then I'll edit everything together, okay? Alright, YouTube, we're back. That was probably the longest 35 minutes that I've ever had to experience. The house smells wonderful. The bacon smells just incredible. We've got about 5 seconds left, and then we're going to take it out of the oven and see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll come out good. And there's the timer going off. We'll give that a little stop. Bring this out. Oh my goodness, look at that. That just looks incredible. Okay, we're going to let that cool a little bit, and we're going to take it out and put it on a plate. And as it cools, the brown sugar and everything will caramelize on top of the bacon, and it'll actually be real crunchy. So you could probably eat this just like it is. You could most definitely crumble this up and put it on some French vanilla ice cream. Might not be bad. Maybe with a little bit of peanut butter, kind of an Elvis peanut butter and bacon tribute. But I hope you try this, and if you found it of value, please like, share, and subscribe. I want you to always begin to start to think free and act free to truly be free. Long live the Republic.